Hi, Charles here. Welcome back to Grayson One Videos. Today we're having a continuing video series on e-biking or electric biking. Today what I'm going to talk about is some of the accessories that I have, that some of them I've acquired recently and other are things I've had for quite a while. So what I want to talk about is when you go out on your e-bike, and you're going to do it, if you're watching this series, you already have one or you're going to be getting one shortly. I got back from a ride earlier today. Beautiful day. So, okay, let's pop right into this. What are the things that you're going to need to be a good time rider, a person that enjoys the ride, not somebody that treats it like it's something that has to be done? It's not just exercise, it's riding, it's seeing the world, but we do want to do it safely. So let's talk about a few of the items that I think are absolutely necessary to get started with. And of course, the first thing we would always talk about is your cell phone. Why do you want to take your cell phone? Well, if you have a mechanical problem, if you take a little spill, something like that, you may need to call somebody to get some assistance. I always carry mine in a little protective case. I know it's old-fashioned. It's like some people carry in their pocket, but this is great because you can carry it on your belt or you can carry it in a pouch somewhere. So cell phone, number one item. Okay, what's next? We're going to talk about the most important thing behind the cell phone, and that's what goes on your head, and that would be, of course, the helmet. This is one area where I caution you, do not scrimp. I'm also going to caution you, in my opinion, is don't order this one online. You need to go to a shop where you can actually try several different helmets, make sure that it fits exactly, because if you do take a tumble, that helmet is what's between you and possibly hard ground. So let's take a quick look. My first bike helmet is this, what you call sort of an older style, although still very popular. You notice the back is streamlined. There's quite a bit of air flow through this one. It's got chin strap, and inside it does have padding. So great type basic helmet. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this one, but this is an older technology. Still very popular style, very good bike helmet. Next one I want to talk about, this is the one I got with my bike. And you'll look at this one and you'll say, wow, what kind of helmet is that? Well, this is actually a Bern, B-E-R-N. It can be an alpine skiing helmet. It can be a biking helmet, not motorcycle, but biking. It's an all-purpose type thing. You'll notice I put a reflector tape on front and back. Also has airflow, but not as much as the first one I showed you. You notice in the back here, there's a curved part, covers the back of the head. That would make one tend to think that it's good for downhill type biking, things like that. Good protection here in the ear area. And of course inside we have foam padding as well as styrofoam. So great Bern helmet. I do like this one, but one of the things you'll notice it doesn't have is a visor. Neither did the other one I showed you. So the one I have now, which is my true favorite, and I'm going to show you, is this one right here. It's a Bontrager or Bonrager, I'm not sure how they pronounce it. You'll notice it's got a lot of airflow through it. It's got the visor, and I'll tell you, when you are riding in the sun, that visor is such a help. Now, this model is the Quantum, as you can see on the back. And what makes this one different from the other two I talked about? Okay, I'm going to tell you about what's considered the most modern technology. Not everybody says it's necessary. I bought into it because I believe it. It's called MIPS, M-I-P-S, and that stands for Multi-Directional Impact Protection. Now, that MIPS protection is actually in here, inside the helmet. You see this plastic inside, and what that's for is that if you take a tumble, there are two, or I suppose even if you got hit, there are two types of impact that can hit this helmet. There's linear, which is coming straight at, and then there's an angle fall where maybe you fall and your head strikes from an angle. What this MIPS technology does is it allows for a certain amount of twisting inside, and what happens is that plastic twists instead of your brain tissue. So this MIPS, again, multi-directional impact protection. It's inside the helmet. It's an added safety feature. It is not retrofit. So if you have not bought your helmet yet, I'm going to recommend that when you go to your shop to buy one, you look for the MIPS rating. Now what I like about this one also, in the back, it has an adjuster here. So when I turn that, it fastens that helmet back on. And so when I finally put that helmet on, it fits just like a skull cap. Great helmet. Oh, one other thing about this visor, came with the helmet, and hopefully don't ever use it, but there's a little medical alert tag inside. You could do it on your helmet without a tag, this tag, but it gives your blood type, your name, phone numbers, things like that. So MIPS helmet protects from rotational force. So the helmet, internal working slip, and not your brain. Okay, so that's what we want to talk about for helmets. This one right here, you say, oh, Charles, how much did that one cost? I bought this one, and I'm not plugging, but I bought it at REI. Cost me right at $100. The person that sold it to me worked with me. She fitted it to my head, tightened these adjusters here, tightened the chin straps. And like I said, when I put this helmet on, I feel like I have another skull on my head. So that's great for me. So those are the things. So if you wear a helmet, and I do recommend you do, still the best thing you can do is avoid an accident. That means watch where you're going, and while it is beautiful to ride on a bike and you want to look around a little bit, see what's going on, you still have to be careful. Watch that road, watch what's down, so that you don't take a fall, and maybe you will, but hopefully it won't be bad. All right, so what are some of the other things, accessories that are good for your bike? Well, one thing that I bought, came with mine, is a chain lock, and you'll notice that it stretches way out. That's so you can wrap it around a fixed object in the frame of your bike. It snaps in like that. There we go. So now it's locked in. This is a combination type lock. The good thing about that, all you have to do is remember the combination. You don't worry about losing the key. It does stretch out, as I showed you, so you can secure your bike if you're going to go into a restaurant, get a Coke, something like that. Okay, so what else do we need? On my bike, I like is a mirror. Mirrors have differing opinions from different riders. I like to be able to look and see what's coming from behind me. This is the right side mirror, which I have not installed on my bike. I do have my left side. I normally ride on the right-hand side of the road, so I can see what's coming up on my left. Some riders will say, well, Charles, if you're looking in that mirror, you're not watching the road, but it's a fast glance, and then back to the road. So me personally, I like that mirror. And I think you would. So what are some other things you might want to carry with you when you go? If you're on a tour, there's going to be some different things you'll carry, but I'm going to cover all these things. Next thing I want to talk about, though, is some apparel. And me personally, I like to wear bike shorts. So let's talk about some bike shorts. These look here like ordinary gym shorts, but no, inside there's gel padding, as you can see, that when you sit on the bicycle seat, that gel padding is between you and that seat. And if you're on a 2 or 3 mile ride, it may not make a difference. But if you're going some distance, that padding is great. I'm going to show you some other bike pants. This is something that's newer to me. This brand is Bayleaf or Bayleaf. It's sort of like underwear, but you'll notice again inside it has the foam padding. Now you won't wear this with that one I just showed you. You would wear that like underwear, and then maybe these shorts over it. So then you have 2 nice layers. One other type of biking pants. These are the older style that you may see from time to time still. Actually, a lot of these are the tighties. Where are they at? All right, there we go. These are the tights that people kind of used to make fun of bicycle riders wearing. But again, they have the gel padding inside, makes for a lot more comfortable bike ride. So what else do you have? All right, we'll start from the top. We covered the helmet. In cooler weather, you might want a long sleeve wicking type shirt. This is a great shirt to wear in we'll say fall and maybe early spring. And you also notice, of course, the bright color. Most everything I have when I ride is a bright color, and that's because when I'm on the road, I want people to see me. Now, believe me, in my time of riding, I've had lights flashing and white helmet, orange gear or yellow gear, just iridescent. I still had people pull in front of me. So always be watching those driveways, watch those four-ways. Any intersection is a dangerous spot. Okay, so let's say if it's cool weather and you have the long sleeve shirt but it's not quite enough, oh, look at here. You have a nice, bright, long sleeve, I call wind shirt. Solid up here, zips up. Ooh, look at that bright color. Think anybody will see that? I think they will, maybe. Cooler weather, we'll go with this type of shirt. Perhaps, again, wicking material. This is in the green, this is in the orange. Both of them great, high visibility. You want that wicking because when you're riding distance, you will be perspiring or sweating, as we say, and that makes you feel ride a little more comfortable. So one other thing you might have, oh, you got stuck there, is if you're wearing your bike shorts, you might have gym pants, long gym pants to wear that you would use. You could also wear tights under these with your gym shorts and or your biking shorts, and they make for a nice winter type ride. I do that quite a bit. So what else would you have? Okay, let's take a look. Obviously, if you're riding and it's sunny, you're going to want some good sunglasses. These are my favorites. They're Costas or Costa polarized. When it gets a little bit towards the evening or early morning, I use these clear glasses so that I can see a little better. Bright sun, dark glasses, dusk, early dawn, light glasses. They protect the eyes, and they also keep the wind out of them so you don't get so thing. So if you're on a touring type trip, you might want to have a flashlight with you just in case you're side of the road, you need to signal people, hey, I'm here, don't run over me. Or if maybe your chain slips off and you want to look around, okay, there it is, there's that part. You do that, so that's a good thing to have. You're going to get thirsty when you ride, so most bikes either come with or have a place where you can put a drink bottle. This is just a demo here. If you like Gatorade, that's great. If you like some other sports beverage, water works fine. But always have, if you're going to be more than a couple miles out, have a drink with you because you are going to get thirsty and you need to replenish that fluid in your body. All right, so if you're going to be a serious long distance rider, this is called a Camelback, and it actually goes on like a backpack like this. It's got a bladder in here, and it has a mouthpiece that comes around that you can drink while you're riding. You don't even have to get off your bike to do that. This Camelbacks are great for hiking, biking, anything where you're going to be going long distance, and you just want to reach up, grab that, take a drink, and keep moving. For my trips, even long distance, the guys I ride with, we'll stop and just take a drink of our Gatorade or whatever. But good to know you have that. Now, there's another thing that we may not like to talk about, but it can happen. On one of the first rides me and my buddies went on, one of the guys fell and he hurt himself. So this is oversized, obviously, but have a first aid kit, and make sure in your first aid kit you have some pain relieving antiseptic. A first aid kit could be maybe just a few gauze pads, an antiseptic, and a bandage or two. So, you don't hope that doesn't happen, but if it does, great thing to also have and make sure is when you're going out riding, particularly the further south you go, got to have that sunscreen. And me personally, I have very fair skin, so if I'm riding any distance at all, I'm spraying this on my arms. I'll tell you a story. When I was down in Key West, the first day out, I didn't put on my ears, and my ears got sunburned really bad in the back of my neck. So always use your sunscreen. So a couple things you might want to think about. This is, I bought this on that road trip. This is a neck gaiter. You know how it goes. Everybody that down in Key West, if they fish or anything, they wear a neck gaiter. That'll keep that old rascal sun off you and keep you from getting burned. What is this here? Oh, it's a tattoo sleeve. Yeah, it makes me look like a real biker there, doesn't it? No, that's just a sun sleeve. And you can put that on, and that will keep the sun off you if you have particularly fair skin. One thing I usually like to carry when I tour also is a bandana. Now, why would I want a bandana? Well, I can wipe my head with it if I get sweaty. If I forgot my neck gaiter, I could tape this to the back of my helmet, so kind of like a drape like that, so it would keep the sun off the back of my neck. Well, Charles, how would you do that? Well, that's easy. I carry tape with me. Just a little tiny roll of electrical tape. Great to have in your kit bag in case of who knows what you might need to tape. So I also carry a couple zip ties, because I do have a few things fastened onto my bike. So I carry a few zip ties to just ensure if one of them breaks, or if I need to fasten something else down, I've got it. Okay, I'm gonna have to step out here for a minute. Bungee cord. Also always carry a bungee, at least one bungee cord to keep things fastened down. Now, this is an odd thing you might think. Charles, what in the world are you doing with that chain? Well, you remember I showed you the bicycle chain where you can fasten it to a bike rack or something like that. But sometimes, maybe in a pickup truck or something, you're going to be away, and you could use, I've got two locks, okay, two locks where I could fasten that bike onto my pickup truck, or I could, if it was on a bike rack, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But this, you'll notice this is coated chain, and the reason I bought coated chain for this is so that it wouldn't scratch the finish of the bike. I love my bike, and I want it to keep looking best it can. So this is not a have-to-have, it's something you might want to have. You do notice that this is a key lock, so always make sure you have that key with you. Okay, so what's some other accessories? I love these. These are biking gloves. These are made, they're called Pearl Izumi. I'll slip one on here right quick, like that. And you'll notice in here, there's gel padding. Of course, obviously, no fingers here. That gives you some tactile sensation. You've got air wicking type material here. When you ride for a good while, that's going to really make your hands feel better. And I noticed the other day, it even has somewhere on here a little, oh, here it is. Tells you how to take it off. How about that? Who knew? So if you're riding, you're going out, you'll also want to have, now this is not for 2 miles away, but if you're on a tour ride, you want to have a little toolkit with you so that if you have to do a little quick roadside repair, you're not going, oh, I wish I had. And you'll notice here that while I have an Allen wrench on this end, it has a Phillips head on this end, and then there's some other things, a little wrench there. So that's good to have. We'll have a few things here. I always carry a pocket knife with me. And you might say, Charles, why do you carry a pocket knife? Well, in the South, everybody carries a pocket knife. But there are, from time to time, you may need to cut something. It's a great tool to have with you. Oh, look at here. Remember sunscreen? Lip balm. You're going to have wind blowing on you. You're going to have sun shining on you. You got stuff on your face, on your arm. Did you forget your lips? No, you got your lip balm. Good job. Now this is a spare tube. You don't need that if you're doing a 1 mile ride around the house. But if you're on a tour, you need to put that on your kit bag, because if you have a flat tire out on the road, you're going to need to change that tires, okay? Another thing I keep at the house, chain oil. I got this at Walmart. I'm not saying this brand's any better than anybody else's, but you do want to keep that chain oil and lube. Keeps it from the break potential. It keeps it from, actually makes it ride easier. So another thing, you remember when we did battery talk, I talked about mine having a fuse. This is an extra fuse that I carry when I ride, so that if there's a problem, I can replace it right away. A couple other things real quick here. This is reflector tape. I have accessorized my bike and spots with reflector tape, my helmets. You want to be seen when you're out there. So maybe you can buy just one of these, and when you look at your bike, you'll go, okay, if I was a car and I was coming to that bike, these are the places I would see. So you put, I always put white for people coming towards me and red for people coming behind me. It's kind of like headlight, tail light. That's just what I do. You can do that too. Let's see, we got anything else here? Oh, yes, again, on touring, you're going to want a rain suit. This is a Gore-Tex, that's a brand name. Very comfortable. Now, I'm not going to say it's air conditioning. If you're riding in the rain, you're going to be a little bit warm. But these pants, they'll slip right on over long pants, short pants. They're Gore-Tex, they do breathe, they'll repel water all day long. And you notice the jacket that goes with those pants. This one has obviously a bright green color, reflectorized, so that in, gray sky rain, this is really going to stand out. And at least until you get to shelter and you're riding, people are going to see you. One other thing I do, I'm going to pop out a camera. Oh, here I am. This is a waterproof bag that I carry in a basket. And if I'm touring, what would I have in there? Oh yeah, you would definitely want to have that. It's a roll of toilet paper, sure. Don't want to talk about it, but if you're out somewhere on a road and something happens, you like to have that with you. So this is what I do is I carry my rain suit in here. I carry things that I'm hoping I'm not going to need, but if I do, I've got them. Also, if it starts to rain, you can put your phone, camera, anything in there that's water sensitive, roll it up like that, twist it shut, and put it in your basket, bungee it down, and you're ready to go. I think that I do want to talk about one other thing. If you have a bike and a small car, or maybe not a lot of room in it, you're probably going to be spending some money for a bike carrier. Now, some of them will fasten onto the back of your car, and you don't need a hitch. But you may, if depending on your bicycle, whether it has quick release and things like that, you may need a bumper hitch installed on your car, and that may be a couple $100. And you'll want to use a what they call a bike carrier. Two brands that seem to me like I see the most is I don't know if it's Thule or Tool. T-H-U-L-E seems to be a popular brand. The one I like, my buddy has, it's a 2-bike Yakima, and it's just great. It's sturdy. It has locking mechanism to hold the bikes in place, as well as security locking. So when you're going down the road, you know that bike's going to be there. Okay, so this is the closing of Grayson One videos, electric bike accessories and appliances, things you need for your bike. If you like this video, please be sure and hit the like button. Please also invite your friends to watch this video. And also, I could use all the people to be on my team with me. So all the things you can do to get me out there, I would appreciate it. I hope you have good riding, safe riding always. And as I always want to tell you, pals, ladies, gentlemen, have a great day. I'll see you next time when we actually do a tour of the bike. It's going to be the Boomerang by Pedego, and then I'm going to drive up to Athens, Georgia. My buddy's got a trek. We're going to go through his trek, and I hope you love those just as much as you've liked the rest of them. And it's good to see you again. Grayson One Videos. Talk to you later. Bye.